And we are back from that short little break to continue with our game of vampires, mysteries, and other things in between.
Volkswagen.
Trenton goes and he shrugs the sensation off his head, going, oh. By this time, suddenly, Charles's phone rings.
Quickly answer. Hello?
Yes, hello, is this, Charles? Charles, yes, Charles. Hey, you called me earlier. I know I was busy. We got out of that, so I think we're good.
Ah, Miss Alora, I say, kind of sitting back a little. What a pleasant surprise.
Yes, pleasant is, right tone of words. Yes, look, what did you need?
Well, I had a few things I had in mind when I had originally called you, but things have changed a bit, and I assume you have taken a note of this city?
Yes, that's actually what we're dealing with right now. Haven't you seen the outskirts?
Perhaps. What specifically do you mean?
So, I don't know how to explain it. Like a blackness, a darkness that's rolling in. It's swallowing everything.
Ah, yes, quite unfortunate. How are you and your fellows dealing with this?
Well, we're doing what we can on our end, but that's besides the point. I actually have a favor to ask of you.
Oh,
Look, one of our acolytes went missing. Apparently she was abducted by something. I don't know. I don't know what this creature was. It moved fast and it took her. She babbled on something about a host.
I see. How long ago was this?
Maybe 30 minutes ago.
Ah, and you would care for my investigation in this matter? Because you are being delayed at this border, keeping away this darkness, then, yes?
Well, we're trying to keep it contained before it spreads any further. And I sadly look. She's my sister. Okay, I'll be frank. She's my sister.
Hmm. Well, Miss Laura, I would be happy to aid a madam. What would you know? Where would you, or where do you suspect this person was headed? I'm looking
I
at, I'm looking out the window while I'm going to check for weird shit.
in all honesty, I really don't know, which is why I contacted you. I know that you and your kind, aside from the lupines that I've interacted with, are some of the best of knowing the wheelings and dealings of what goes on in the city.
Yes. Well, Miss Laura, please be ready by the phone. My fellows are also trying to deal with the situation the way we do best. And, well, let's just hope for the best. Like I said, be at the ready for a call.
All right, look, there's something else you gotta know. This something's coming through. It's like a barrier is being broken, is being breached. I don't know if you're gonna understand these concepts. I don't think that there's something your mind can grasp. But
You insult me, miss.
I mean, forgive me. I mean not to, but your mind is not fully awakened in the way that mine is. Imagine a dam wall. Okay, the dam is cracking, and instead of water coming through, it's something else. This blackness, this darkness. I'm sure you've seen the storm. Well,
Indeed.
the storm is only the front. It's an abyss of sorts. So it's gonna swallow everything in the city. Unless we can find some way to push it back. And I'm hoping. Well, Becca was the only hope that we had, and she was meant to be a Thyrus, but well, I'm speaking in gibberish now. Look, she's just important. If you can get her back,
A
that's all that we
question.
really need.
A question, Miss Allura. This dam that you mentioned and this pressing darkness, are they natural or are they artificial? Are both brought here through other circumstances? Can you tell?
This dam is natural. It's what I suppose, what you would call reality, and this what's seeping through isn't. It's a sort of madness that's brought on by the abyss, the nothingness.
I
It's
see.
almost as though all the spirits of rage and anger and hatred are just suddenly being unleashed. But that's only just the front runner.
Well,
It's the dam water that's leaking out before the whole thing gives way. We're trying to patch these holes, but this seems beyond out of even our grasp.
I'll be sure to work as quickly as I can then, Miss Allura.
Hey, look, her name is Becca. Okay.
Beck. Very well. Smile widely and just close the phone.
And then nervously bite fist. Anywho, while this is going on, what is no? Actually, I was asking Charles and what
Oh,
Charles was doing, why because I assume he heard one side of the conversation.
Charles
Oh.
or Trent?
yeah.
I'm sorry, Trent.
Who is that, Charles?
That was a friend of mine, someone who I trust gravely in matters of. I glance at the sheriff that I trust for counsel. She suspects that this darkness that's encroaching is about to become very much more dangerous. She and her comrades are trying their best in their limited ways to slow it down, but if we do not find the source quickly, she suspects that things will get a great deal worse. She
Well,
asked me for,
I can't imagine how things would get a great deal worse. This place would pretty much fall into shit.
she likened it to
You hear
a
Graves speak up.
yes. She likened
Worse
it
in
to,
what way?
she likened it to a flood. I say,
Trent is thinking about his sister. He's getting worried.
Well, she got the hell out of Dodge.
And swishing back over to Lucia. Lucia's left sitting there for a moment after Celine disappears.
Plans. Formulating.
Okay. What's her next course of action? I assume
She-
to call her coterie.
Exactly.
Bring, phone ring.
whose phone?
Your
I
phone.
assume Charles, because Trent doesn't have one.
That's right, he doesn't
Indeed.
have one. He's a country bumpkin. Excuse again, I say, whipping out the phone. Thank God I have all these people in my 5. Hello,
How would you like to be a hero?
a hero, Mrs. Cole. You do know
Yes.
Glare, angry glare.
you do know that I'm the absolute picture of selflessness.
Oh, quite. But I mean, how would you like to be known as the one who put it into this nightmare?
Continue, Miss Cole.
I've got a trap being baited. I need your help and any of your connections, as it were.
Indeed, Miss Cole, I say. You know I am a master of baiting.
Yes,
Yes.
you've done so quite often.
Indeed. Again, straight-faced.
Anyway, the presence that inside me has been adequately purged for the time being.
Ah, congratulations.
Congratulations can be given later. We only have a short period of time before this trap no longer matters.
Where would you have me go then, Miss Cole?
I need you to meet up with me so we can discuss this in a more secure location.
Might
But
ask
also, if you can bring Sheriff Graves under the guise of peace, That'd be much appreciated.
I might be able to manage that. Do you have a designation in mind, Miss Cole, or might I recommend one?
I find myself without at the moment, so it would be at your designation.
There is a small restaurant about a block away from St. Judas's Cathedral that might suffice.
I suppose it would.
I will see you there. I'll be waiting, well, waiting on bated breath is beyond us, isn't it?
Also, if you could procure a weapon for me, that would be appreciated.
Of course, Miss Cole.
Then I shall see you soon.
Indeed. Click, phone, close.
Click, phone, close.
With that, time passes. If only for an hour or so. And I assume you all arrive at the cafe.
I didn't even have to convince Graves, alright.
Well, considering you were the one that was telling her where to go.
That's true. We gotta get some Joe first.
Some angry Joe.
The city's all heard of now, but I still don't think I should bring weapons into a thing. I will leave the weapons in the car.
Well, maybe you should wait until I tell you what you see.
Oh, load it.
Indeed.
The cafe itself seems to be all but in shambles. There's a slight fire that burns where the trash can once was. The windows are cracked and broken. The seats torn asunder. The booths just in terrible. It makes a terrible travesty of what used to be a wonderful cafe. As Charles goes and pushes the door open slowly with an almost redundant clink clink of the bell clanging. You hear the sound of shk shk. A very shaky hand goes holding a shotgun from behind the counter. What do you want? We ain't got nothing left. They already took the money, my wife, and 3 out of the 4 chickens I had in the back. We don't have anything for a lunch special. I'll have to ask you to come back later.
I kind of wave a calming hand, not even paying him much heed, kind of just relax, my dear man. We're here to solve the issue, not to take from you. I go and sit down in a booth. I guess we're the first people here as we wait for Cole. But I would appreciate a cup of coffee.
Didn't you hear? We don't
Coffee
have
machine.
You
nothing.
took the coffee? Oh, Lord.
Those bastards.
Oh, Lord. Anywho, Red goes and she sits down. She sits down adjacent to Charles, kind of looking around nervously. Sheriff Graves kind of goes. She stands watch by the door, but she's still within audible range. So what are we doing here exactly, Tybalt? Graves speaks up. Yeah, I'd like to know that too. Red adds as well.
Well, my dears, there's a couple things I have in mind for this particular meeting. You are both familiar with Mr. Maddox's mentor?
You speak of Lucia, yes, the one that was assigned to him.
Yeah, where the hell is she?
She'll be along shortly, I say.
By this time, the door swings open.
Interesting.
Anywho, in comes Lucia.
Lucia steps in calmly and in control again.
Clack,
Here
click,
she
clack,
is.
click of the heels.
No
High
heels.
She's barefoot this time, boys.
And pregnant.
Anywho,
What?
vampires can't get pregnant.
That's the issue that you have with that statement?
Yes. Actually, yes,
That
yes,
you
it is.
managed
That
to
is the
attain
issue.
pregnancy in the last 2 hours or so?
This ain't no Stephanie Meyer novel.
Lol.
Anyway.
Anywho,
Yes.
Lucia goes and she walks in and she goes, "How are you, gentlemen?"
I do say that?
No, I don't know. It's up to you.
Yeah, that's what she
All
says.
space are belong to us.
Trent jumps up and Gives her a big bear hug.
Kind of awkward.
Roar! No.
She reflexively stabs you.
Bears.
And here she is, I say. Miss Graves, Miss Cole, Mrs. Red, Miss... We're all acquainted, I say, sitting back down.
Lucia nods.
Yes, I believe we've met before, although she was having issues back then.
As I was telling my compatriot, for the time being, my demons have been exorcised.
Indeed.
But I asked him to bring us here, though you, Mistress Red, I will admit, are a surprise guest in this little macrobay play of mine.
Well, it seems for a neonate you've certainly... She goes and she smirks. Gotten the hang of the dance. So I'll humor you for now.
For now, I will share with you our common enemy. Her name is Josephine Valentine.
Dun, dun.
I don't know what her absolute connection is, but she and the prince were more than enough acquainted to hate one another, as it were.
I find that very interesting because it was the prince herself that told me that she was coming to town and that I was to facilitate her.
And did you investigate, Miss Graves? I say. Surely, as the sheriff in charge of security, you must have invested some measure of surveillance into the woman.
I did, of course, do the standard background checks, as I do for all kinds that come into the city, but you have to understand this was a private invitation from the prince herself. Unless the prince knew what was going to happen.
She did. We are all pawns in their chess game. But I have even better news. The prince is not dead.
Her body's in Charles's apartment.
I can attest that she lies on my...
The body itself is nothing but an empty vessel now. She does not exist physical. Instead, she, as it was explained to me, she foresaw such an event occurring and placed her spiritual consciousness in the... Oh, shoot, what would be the word? Anyway, for lack of finding a rosy term for it, she has... Phylactery. Thank you, Mr.
No.
Maddox. Yes.
Oh, Tybalt.
Tybalt, sorry, damn it.
Slap.
I've not been with y'all for a while. Your names are fuzzy to me.
Who the hell are you people again?
Yeah. Mr. Tybalt. But yes, her soul is essentially bound to a phylactery of her own choosing.
A Horcrux, if you will.
We have 2 days to find a willing host for the prince to join with.
Well, actually, let me backtrack there a bit. What Selena told you is she is going to locate a willing host.
Yeah. She knows. Lucy knows this.
Okay. I didn't know if I had confused that on my end or not. Anywho,
Nope,
I'm sorry.
I told you, Lucy is making plans.
Okay. Lucy is making up her own shit as she goes along.
Yes.
Okay, anywho, please on.
But yes, we have 2 days until the power of her phylactery can no longer contain her soul, and she disperses completely. On the same token, Josephine is looking for a proxy of her own to subsume her soul.
I see. You hear Red speak up. She seems a bit disbelieving, seeing as how she's never really the type to put much weight into religion and hocus pocus nonsense like this.
Does she say anything, or is she just kind of murph?
No, she just says, "I see," and she kind of like listens, like like disapprovingly, but she's like, okay, is this for real
Yeah.
or is this? Yeah, exactly.
From what I've managed to gather, Valentine has proxies all over the city, including myself and other people who have been infected by her taint.
In fact, you speak of her like a disease? Graves says.
That's just the thing. She controls Kurak magic combined with forms of frightening mastery of what I can only assume would be coils of the dragon. But seeing as how she was Lancia Sanctum, I wouldn't doubt that she has mastery over that. A disease is very applicable in this situation.
I kind of.
She gets inside your head and worms her way inside, controls you from the outside.
You speak as though you know from experience. Bread speaks up.
I do.
Then how do we know we can trust you completely?
Well, as given as to the nature of our kind, you'll never be able to trust me completely. In fact, your skepticism now says all that there needs to be said. But it's not a matter of trusting me whether or not I'm free of the taint. It's a matter of making sure that even if she can see through my eyes and ears, that we play her before she plays us.
Ah.
But again, I have taken precautions for the time being to rid myself of her presence temporarily.
How do we catch her?
We need to set up a proxy through one of us to subsume her position, and we need to subsume a proxy from our position to serve as the actual host for the prince. It has to be willing, someone who would give their lives for the prince.
Must they know the connotations?
Yes, absolutely. The prince would not accept a person who would not give of themselves freely. I cannot do this, for I am tainted, until I absolutely know I am cleansed of her taint.
Those
Hint, hint, wink, wink.
those qualifications are quite specific and stringent, Miss Cole. I doubt you'll find someone here among those members, unless the sheriff's loyalty is far greater than I suspected.
I will admit
Graves rolls her eyes.
I was hoping Sheriff Graves, being as close to the prince as she were, and her dedication to the city, and her various lycanthropic personnel, would assume the city's best interest at heart. But if she prefers not, then we must dig, as it were. It need not be kindred, as far as I can tell.
Ah, that makes it a little easier. Say, kind of pondering and twirling the thumb slightly in the palm
But
of the hand.
But again, we only have 2 days until the matter becomes null and void.
Give me wits plus composure.
Spotty,
Everybody.
Waddy, Lottie! A cat smashed through the window!
And bursts on fire.
That was the fourth cat I had, and now everything is gone. 4 successes. Hell
2
yeah,
successes.
Okay.
cat.
Not only do you see the cat, but you know that it is a boy cat.
One success.
Okay, I'm sorry. What
2.
did Lucia get? 2. Okay, Charles is the first one to see it. The same black van that he had heard Oswald speak of. The same one with the silver ankh painted on the side pulls up to the St. Judas Cathedral. It stops. It opens. You see Mr. LeBlanc step out, completely changed, of course, in a fashionable new suit. He screws his cane back in and he steps forward towards the steps. A couple of thugs with him. and he enters into the church.
Miss Cole. Let's say we have two plans acquiring at once. I assume that they see this as well. Well, after. Sorry, I interrupted. If I didn't know what their 2 hits got.
Yeah, I was kind of like waiting to know when
Yeah.
I saw that.
Forgot. Sorry.
But I'm okay. Maybe I'm just dense. You hear Red speak up. How does all this have to do with what's going on with LeBlanc? I mean, from what I can tell, and from what we got from Maxwell, this guy's been playing us all since day one.
Lucia raises an eyebrow. LeBlanc.
LeBlanc is a willing servitor, I say. Perhaps motivated through power or a corruption, this disease that Miss Cole keeps likening her to. But he is a servitor nonetheless.
Lucia speaks up. She goes, "Wait, are you saying the LeBlanc serves Valentine?"
Indeed. And I suspect that he is a higher servitor and perhaps is in close proximity to her. Or at least would know of her location.
Then we have a problem. She may have already have found her proxy.
Perhaps. Would it be best if we eliminated that proxy now, I say?
She looks up. "Did you bring any weapons, like I asked?"
Indeed.
Nope.
Some Nerf guns. Damn, they're effective. Indeed. And I even know the location. Unless those 2 spots also revealed it to you.
Wait, what?
That was semi
Yeah,
out of character. I don't know if they
sentence.
spotted it. I still don't know if they spotted the van and the.
Yes, they did. They noticed it, but basically Charles was the one that noticed it
Okay.
first. And Charles was the one who noticed what's it called? He's the one that noticed LeBlanc getting out. Basically what what Trenton and Lucia saw was just people getting out of the van.
Indeed, I even know his location if you so desire it.
The sooner we cut off her choices for candidates, the more better off we have. But again, our time is fleeting in the matter at hand.
Then let us hold off the other half of the conversation till later, I say, standing up and kind of gesturing towards the van in the church.
I don't think those folks are there to pray.
Come on, let's go.
I believe he is there to talk to fellow conspirators.
She is of the Lancia Sanctum.
And when be brought to the corpse of...
Then give me a gun.
Let us go then, my lady.
No, get your own
Take
gun.
that one guy's gun. You know what? I walk over to the cafe guy. Use dominate. Because I didn't get to use it last time.
Okay.
Give me the gun.
Okay, go ahead and make the roll.
2 successes.
You hear him go and okay. Well,
Give
what
me
do
the
you tell
gun,
him?
Please.
You hear him go and he just goes and he plops the gun down in front of you. He's like, "Fine, just take it. Take the last thing I have. Take Marianne."
I scoop up the gun and look at him dejectedly. You know what? No, I don't care for this person enough yet. Perhaps later I'll come back to this man, but no, he doesn't get any pity.
Not yet.
And then hold the gun out inspectorly to Cole.
It's basically double barrel shotgun. Two shells.
Will it
inside
suffice,
of
or
it
will you
right
care
now.
for one of the others?
This will suffice, but I'm sure I'll need more than 2 rounds.
Glance at Graves.
Glances at Red. Glances at Trenton.
Glances at Rex. Glances at Shepard.
Shepard.
Rex. Goddamn Garrus.
Trenton.
Why look at me?
We're having a glance off.
I don't got a shotgun myself.
Does
I don't
anyone
even
have any spare rounds? Or must I go dig for them?
Why? I assumed the country
In his
bumpkin
jean
would.
overalls, perhaps?
I guess. I mean, would he? I mean, he has an
That's what
assault
I
rifle with
assumed.
him.
My assault rifle.
Yeah, openly displayed at
Yes,
that.
He's wearing
he
it
has
like a necklace.
with the whole town burning down.
Like a neck.
Turn back to the dude that owns the store. Did Marianne have any other shells?
Children also could have worked.
I'm struggling to try to remember what a shotgun shot.
You hear him go, and he's still weeping as he goes, and whoom, he pulls out a what's it called? A case full of shotgun shells, and he's like, just take them all, take the children
I
This
too.
guy
give
is
him
delusional.
I give him a business card. If you survive this affair, call me tomorrow night. I will recompense you. Whiny bitches. Hand box of shells and gun.
Okay, you got yeah. There's about I want to say 24 shots
Yay!
there.
Now put it in your infinitely deep pocket, and we'll go.
Oh, by the way, she stopped obfuscating those things, even though it's going to be kind of hard to see them. But
Now we
Yeah.
all have stakes.
Okay. It just means now she's not gonna try to noticeably hide them. Now if they pop out, she'll just be like, "Oops."
30 or 40 stakes, just... Oh, they can't play, rather.
so that's 2 rounds in a shotgun and 24 shells.
I will get
Yes, it is.
the flaming shotgun and the revolver. And we will go to St. Judas. Wait.
Should we sneak up on the van?
Actually, here's what Lucia does instead. She puts obfuscate on the shotgun itself, so it doesn't look like she's actually holding a shotgun.
Looks like you're holding a duck.
No,
Okay.
just looks like she's at the ready instead of actually holding a shotgun.
Ah.
She's holding an invisible
Yeah,
pretend gun.
exactly.
Rat-a-tat,
It's kinda
rat-a-tat,
like,
bang,
you
bang,
know-
bang.
Air guitar, but with guns.
Okay, you do know that after the first
Oh,
shot, the
absolutely, but
obfuscation's gonna break,
that's-
though, right? Okay. Just so you know. Just so you know.
Now,
All right, then. You hear Graves go, and she kind of gets a little
I go over and
antsy.
whisper for a second to Mr. Maddox while they do stuff. That was a message. I don't know if he got it. Sorry. Keep talking while he reads words.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so Trent
I toss him the keys.
grabs the keys, gets in the car.
We'll need a nap distraction, I say, as
Okay.
Maddox is doing his bit. If we could just wait here a moment.
He starts the car and drives it straight at the temple doors of the cathedral.
Really? Okay. Go ahead and give me a intelligence plus drive.
Intelligence.
Yeah, because you're basically trying to safely maneuver into a dangerous situation. If that makes
Gotta
any
work
sense.
geometry and shit, yo.
So,
Turn on the OnStar, maybe that'll help.
this is gonna be messy with an intelligence roll.
I believe in you. Make it cool, come on.
One success.
And we await the dramatic burn. Trent really, literally has to fight every impulse to say, like, am I really gonna do this? Am I really gonna crash this car through the doors? Oh my God, this is really gonna happen. It is really gonna happen. Okay. He pretty much gets it lined up. He presses on the gas, and just before the moment of impact, closes his eyes. Boom! The doors go and slide open. And that is where we will call it.
Oh,
Looks like them Duke boys have got themselves in a message.
Yeehaw.